Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at our very first Marvel Legends figure. This is Spider-Gwen from the Spider-Man The Edge of the Spider-Verse series, and it's also known as the Absorbing Man wave. So the only thing we get for Absorbing Man is this Wrecking Ball, which I took a picture of her swinging on earlier. Anyways, moving on. The things that she comes with, as far as separate from the figure, is an additional head, which you can see is just her unmasked version of Gwen Stacy, and then also a hood that you can equip with her on, so you can still have that hood look with the head on. So we'll take a look at that here in a bit. I do have some things I want to bring up in that, but as far as, like I said, this is my first Marvel Legends figure, and kind of want the females to be a little bit smaller on the shelf. But as far as Marvel Select, here is Spider-Man in his fireman outfit for some reason. Anyways, I think they look good together. So as far as Marvel Select stuff and Legends, I'm only really collecting Spider-Man stuff. But anyways, this is one of those figures that as soon as I saw it, I was very excited. I knew I wanted it. I thought it looked good, and man, it's been hard to track this thing down. But it finally showed up in my stores, and I was able to pick it up. So pretty jazzed about that. Everything else I was ordering online, but as far as the way it stands pretty good. It can hold a pose. It has quite a bit of articulation in it. There are some paint blotches that kind of annoy me a little bit. So, like I said, this is my first experience with Marvel Legends. So I'm just gonna say what I see. I know a lot of people, they own like hundreds of these, so this might be one of those things where it's just my particular figure. It might be one of those things that, yeah, that's pretty common, and I shouldn't be throwing a fit about it. But I'm used to the DC stuff, and I'm used to the Marvel Select stuff. So I'm just gonna say what I see here. So. First off, you got some little white specks throughout here. Looking throughout the arm, that's not a very clean line going throughout here. You got a smudge here on the side of her boob. There's also like some kind of white scuff or something that I thought I was able to maybe scratch off, but it's just like a little mess up in the paint. You can kind of see it right there. Um, so little bitty stuff like that kind of irritates me. I think I mentioned that earlier. Um, with just the lines not being that solid, but everything else though seems to be pretty good. I think the inside of this section here, and even this back part of the hoodie where you can see the little lines here for the spider web or whatever, I think that looks very good. Taking a really good look here at her fleshy head. I think that it looks nice. The nice blue eyes and the lips. As far as they painted the lipstick on there, I think that it's clean. It's nice. It's not all smeared or anything like that. The eyes are looking straight on. Eyebrows look good. Headband. Everything looks really good with it, except for the fact that it's a little bit big. So I'll show that to you whenever we swap out the heads. But let's get into articulation real quick, and then we'll start swapping out the heads and take a better look at them. As far as the top section, the head, it rotates, and then this hood, it rotates on its own. So it's one of those things that can just pop off and on, just like this piece right here. I actually do like that quite a bit, and there's enough room in here to where if you wanted to have the hood coming all the way forward, or you want to pull it back some to where you can kind of see a little bit there, like, so if you're taking photos and it's just a little too dark around there, you want to really show some light on the face, you can kind of pull this back a little bit and you can just see it a little bit better. So I think that that's something that's really cool, that they left enough room in there to where you can kind of go back and forth with it, to where if you wanted it really kind of over the head or kind of back, but just being able to adjust the head and then adjust the hood, I think it's just really nicely done. As far as it, it's on a ball joint, and it also has a joint that goes back and forth, so that's why you're going to get all that movement out of there. As far as the shoulders, you can see that they go in and out quite a bit, even go all the way up. They rotate there. The elbows, they bend 90 degrees, and they rotate here. The wrist, they go back and forth and rotate. And you're going to have the same situation over here. This one goes left to right, and it rotates as well. The chest is going to have a ball joint here to where you can get a little bit of movement right there. Not so much coming down as far as the ab crunch, but it can go back quite a bit, and obviously to the sides. Nothing here in the waist. This just kind of serves as that waist joint with the legs. They go forward. Not really back because of the the butt here. They can go out about thus far. They do have a nice thigh cut. It's not loose. It's not overly stiff. Just wherever you put it, it's going to be able to stay there. So it's a pretty nice joint there. The knees are double jointed. And then you have the boots down here, or the calves. They do have a break, so quite a bit there in the break. And it being a Spider-Man figure, I do like that. I don't know if that's in all the figures, but like I said, this is my first one, but that's something I do like. Then with the ankles, these go front and back. Little stiff. Let's try this one over here. Okay, that one's working a little bit better. I've kind of broken it in. This one is just a little stiff for some reason. But it also does the tilt where it goes left to right. And you can see some turquoise paint here on the bottom. All right, let me get her standing to where she's happy with it. It's all about getting those feet situated the correct way. But anyways, to take the head off, you're just going to grab with the mask and the head and just pop that off. You can see that it comes off quite easy. That's what she looks like headless, in case anyone was wondering. You can do a couple of different poses with the head. Now, obviously, you can have this section and just come over with that and pop the head on. There we go. So you can have the hood down and still have her masked, which I don't think is as cool, but in case you wanted to buy 3 of these and pose her all 3 different ways, then you can do that. But you can see that little hood right there. I think it looks nice, or the details in it, and you still get all that movement. And then to go with the fleshy head. And the only issue, I think it looks good. The only issue I have is it looks a little bit too big for this body. I know that everything is kind of like skin tight and her hair is kind of wavy, but as far as what this looked like with her face and her head and then all that hair to be crammed in this little bitty thing, I think that this should have just been scaled down just a little bit, because whenever you look at it with the body, it just looks just a little bit off. So I don't know if everyone agrees with that, but just to me, if it was just scaled down just a tiny bit, but I guess I am kind of really nitpicking here. I'm gonna have it and displayed this way. I may buy a second one so I can display it this way. I'm not really sure. But anyways, there's a look at Spider-Gwen. Everything that she comes with. Really cool figure. Maybe I'll buy some of the other ones like, Spider-Woman and I forget all their names. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.